I've seen people dismiss the things that we do in the place of prayer and say, all this prayer is not only prayer that works. I mean, prayer doesn't work. Why the nation is not moving forward? And all of that. I want to advise you, don't let the devil use you for experiment. Don't let the devil use you for experiments. You see, God settled so many things early in my life. Early in my life. I thank God that prayer didn't start with me in my lineage. God told the children of Israel, he said, trap some manna in a jar and take it to the promised land. Because God knew manna will cease. And if he doesn't do that, a generation will arise that does not know what manna looks like. That does not know what it looks like for God to feed you every day for 40 years. So now, because you are in a land where you can sow and reap, you think that prayer doesn't work. Let me tell you how my dad was promoted one day. First kairos is that his white boss then happened to be around. Second kairos, all the power in the office went out, both electricity and gens. So all the offices had to open their doors and windows. And so now, here is my dad, who at the time only had school sats. And he's talking to his senior colleague who had ICANN. And they're discussing accounting. And they don't know that the boss is listening. So this highly qualified guy is discussing, and my dad said, no, that's wrong. And you ought to know that because of your qualification. And my dad said this, and corrected him. Next thing, they just heard the boss's voice. Emmanuel! He's Emmanuel too. And both of them shook. Call them! Bring both your files here now. They put both the files in front of him. And he swapped their roles. See, there are some things I have seen in my eyes. I won't argue online. Well, that thing also came with a lot of warfare. You can imagine. It wasn't long after he came to the office, wanted to sit. You know, reflex now, you pull your chair and just sit. You can even be on a phone call, there was no phones, handsets there, but just pull your chair and sit without looking. As I was about to sit, physical hands, invisible hands, held him to stop him from sitting. So he's like, there's nobody here. And then looks on the chair, he sees a charm. Just imagine his only book, You know, there's some people, they're supposed to flog you. You are following Caucasians who do cessationism. African man, you don't believe in it. They're supposed to flog you. There are things I can never forget. I must have been 7 years old when my dad came from a trip with his typical neatly pressed white shirt. And there was blood on the shirt. I saw it. He came into the house. As soon as my mom saw him, she started screaming. What happened? He said, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not my blood. I'm fine. What happened? We got into a bus, interstate, and he entered and saw a woman sitting on his seat. So he said, sorry, please, that's my seat. And the woman looked at him up, down, insulted him and said, get another seat. Now, my dad that I know, that boss would have turned upside down. But for some reason, he left her and went somewhere else. When they got to Benin or Lagos Road, there were robbers there. And he sprayed the boss. The first person to be hit was that woman who sat where he should have been sitting. It was her blood that splashed on his shirt. I'm not following you to argue nonsense. You don't pray. Leave us and let us pray.